Christmas. Let's get organised so things are not as stressful. Today I'm going to show you a couple of really good ideas for some simple Christmas decorations for around your house. I'm sure there's something that you like that you can perhaps do for your home or that you can make for someone else. And let's have a look at what's on my table for Christmas this year.
Hi lovelies, what we're going to do today is we're going to do some Christmas decorations. So first of all, you may have seen in my last craft haul that I bought some baubles. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it below. Now last year I bought this exact pack of 4 from Spotlight, which is a craft store in Australia, and I made one for myself, my husband and my 2 kids. And then my kids reminded me that I missed out on our dog Teddy. So I have bought another pack. Now this is just, I think it was $8. It says $8 on here. I don't even know if that's what I paid. They might have been on sale, I don't know. But anyway, so they're plastic, they're not glass, and they just have a little plastic connection on the top. Okay, so I'm just going to open that up, grab one out for Teddy. Okay, and put the rest aside. Now I do have some leftover snow. Whoop, it's going to want to roll around. I do have some leftover snow from last year, so I'm going to fill it with that, which I did actually get from Spotlight as well, and I'm sure you can get all of these things, or similar things anyway, from Michael's and Hobby Lobby. Okay, so what I have done is I have pre-cut out Teddy, and this is the exact same vinyl that I used when I made the baubles for myself, my husband and the kids. And so it's that shimmer permanent vinyl, and it's a Cricut vinyl, and it's on that backing, that smart vinyl, which you can put through without a mat. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to give this a wipe down, and then we'll weed this and we'll get it all set up for Teddy so he doesn't miss out this year. Okay, so I'm just going to wipe it down using my rubbing alcohol and just like a makeup cloth, just to make sure it's clean, even though it's just come out of that package. Because it's in a netting, I just want to make sure that there's nothing on the surface there that will prevent the vinyl from laying down nicely. And what I'll do just while I weed it is I'll just pop that to the side. So let me know if you've started working on Christmas decorations or Christmas presents. Let me know in the comments below if you've started. I'm trying to get organized. However, I have not started my Christmas shopping, which I can't believe it. Normally I have by this time. So despite the fact that I'm working on Christmas decorations and things like that and getting organized in that way, I haven't started my Christmas shopping. Can you believe it? Oh my goodness, I just don't know. I'm struggling to think of ideas this year of what to get people. So however, I have, despite the fact that I'm unorganized in that way, I have got lots of videos planned coming up. So if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the little bell notification so you don't miss out, because I've got another video with more Christmas decorations and also lots of Christmas gift ideas. And I'm going to do a video with some Christmas tags for presents, Christmas cards, that sort of thing. So don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out. Okay, there's Teddy's name, which is going to look so beautiful. Now, remember when you use the Cricut Smart Vinyl material, you are best to use the Cricut transfer tape. Now, they do also recommend when you're using the glitter vinyl to use the strong grip, which is what I've got here. Now, with the vinyl rolls that I've got, it actually comes inside the vinyl with the shimmer. Now I'll show you what I mean. This is the smart vinyl that I use today. So smart vinyl permanent, and it's the shimmer. So when you go inside the little package, it actually comes with that Cricut strong grip. Now you'll know it's the Cricut strong grip because the Cricut is in purple, okay? And the other one is just grey, I believe, but the strong grip is purple. Now you do need that for the shimmer because the shimmer is just a little bit harder to, I suppose, stick to the transfer tape. So I do recommend using the strong grip. And because it comes with the actual vinyl, it's really nice actually that they provide that for you, so that it also does remind you that you should go, oh yes, that's right, I've got to use the strong grip. Otherwise, sometimes when you're crafting, you can just forget. And you don't want to battle with it, so best just to use the strong grip that comes with it. Okay, and this is actually coming off really nicely, with the help of the strong grip transfer, I'm sure. Okay. And at least this year, Teddy, I'll put a little picture up of Teddy. He's so cute. Of course, I'm a little bit biased. And he won't miss out this year. So I'm just going to pop his little name on here. So with the ones I did with my for myself, my husband and my children, I just put our names right in the middle of the bauble. So that's what I'm going to do here with Teddy. And I'm just going to focus on the center and then lay it out from there. Okay, and then I'm just going to start in the center and slowly work out, because working on a curved surface, you sometimes can have trouble laying the vinyl down. You can put relief cuts in, but I tend to find that if you just go slowly and use your finger, that it works just as well. And then what I'm going to do is just go over with my scraper just to make sure all the letters are laying down. But just being gentle, because it is just a really thin plastic bauble as well. Okay, and I think that should have laid down quite well. Now, when you do pull this strong grip transfer tape up, it does stick really well to your surface. So just go slowly so that you don't lift the vinyl up with it. You can see how it's really strong, like it is really pulling on that plastic. Okay. And I've just got a very slight little bubble there in the tea, but I fixed it. Oh, that looks so cute. Look at that. How gorgeous. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to add the snow, and then Teddy's bauble will be finished. Okay, so the way I did that last year is you just got to have to squeeze, pull the sides, and it pulls straight out. Just going to sit it. Actually, these cup cradles are amazing because you can use them for so many different things. Now, everything I use is linked below. Let me know if the links are not working for you, because I am having some trouble setting them up. Just let me know in the comments if any of the links are not working. Okay, I link everything I can. Obviously, what I've bought from the craft shop in Australia, I can't link for you. But you can get a lot of this yourselves at your craft stores, wherever you are. They're all the same, aren't they? Or they're very similar. So what I did last time is I just tried to make the hole very small. Now, if I had a funnel, I would use a funnel, but I don't have a funnel for some reason. So I'm just going to try and not make too much of a mess. Okay, look what I've done here. I'm creating myself a little funnel. This is just off a lid of like a desk organizer. So I'm just going to use this because the other way's not really working. So let's just adapt. Use what you've got at home, lovelies. Oh, don't do what Juliet's doing and making a huge mess. Just use what you've got at home. Hopefully you've got a funnel. However, this is actually working quite well. It's like just a mini version of a funnel. Loving it. Okay. Now that actually should probably almost be perfect. We're just going to get the last bits in. I don't fill it right to the top because I just want it to look, like snow. I don't want to fill it completely. And I sort of want a mixture of that snow background and also being able to see through the baubles. So I'm just going to give this a shake. I'm just going to put a little bit more, not much more. I'm probably filling it, I'm going to say about 2/3 of the way. You can fill it all the way to the top if you like, but I'm going to go, from memory, last year I did about 2/3 of the way, and that worked really well. And it looked really nice with the lights on it because it sort of could still shine through the bauble, but also you could still see the snow. So that's what I'm aiming for this time. And this looks much better. Okay, now let me just clean up this mess here. Okay, so I've tidied up there. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pop the little top back on, and it is a little bit flimsy, so you've just got to be careful that you get the edges over the top. So that's perfect. Okay, if you've got little kids in the house, you could use like a hot glue to make sure that it stays on. My children are 9 and 12, so I don't need to worry about that. What we're going to do now is I've got some red ribbons. So I got this from Spotlight, the craft store in Australia, and I've just cut off a little bit just because now I want to make a little tie so that we can tie it onto our tree. And so this is what I did last year so that it matches the words. Now you could do a green ribbon, you could do a silver ribbon, would look really lovely. You could do a silver ribbon. Doesn't really matter. I just did it to match the writing. You can do whatever you like. Mix it up. Whatever colours you like, you do. You do you. So I'm just going to trim that off so that's even. Okay, there we go. Let me just show you. Okay, lovelies, there we go. Teddy has his own little bauble, which I'm sure he will appreciate. And anyway, I'm hoping my kids like it. And it matches ours, which is gorgeous. So I'd saved the wording from last year, and I just used the same font in Cricut Design Space and just print it out. So they'll all match. And I'm even thinking what I might do with some of the leftovers, because I want to make sure that I use them. I might make some for some friends, just as little Christmas gifts to go with what I'll be giving them for Christmas. I just think it's like a nice little thing, almost like a little name tag or a gift tag, for their presents. So really cheap and easy way to make gifts for people, or for yourself around the house, or for that little dog that missed out last year. Okay, let's move on to our next Christmas decoration. Okay, lovelies. Now, the next decoration we're going to do is the Christmas tree. Now, you might remember this from the Christmas haul. What I have done, all I have done to it since that haul is I have painted it with that white chalk paint that I showed you previously in another video. Okay, so what I did was I sanded it back a little bit. I gave it 2 coats of the white chalk paint, the matte chalk paint, and we're going to decorate it today. Now, I had planned to do another decoration for you today, but because I am unwell, I'm going to space it out. So that means you get another video, and I'll come up with another decoration idea to go with that video. So don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out. But please forgive me today because I'm just trying to get it the video up on time, but also to give myself a little bit of time to recover. So let's decorate this Christmas tree because I came up with a fabulous idea and I think it's going to look beautiful. I love the combination of white and gold. So I thought what we would do for this tree was to decorate it with some gold sort of embellishments with this lovely gold vinyl, which is a Cricut vinyl. It's a smart vinyl permanent. Now, this one was made for an Explorer or the Maker, but you can buy it and just cut it down for your Cricut Joy. However, what I did this morning was I printed this out on my Maker 3 so that I could just load it through without a mat, super easy, print all the embellishments in one go. So I'm just going to now go through and weed that out. So I'll just move my tree aside. What I might do before I do that, actually, lovelies, is I've got just a little bit here on the side. I might just take that out. As you know, I do like to save my scraps, and so I'm just going to pop that aside because it is just, honestly, this is just so gorgeous. I don't know if you can see or if the shimmer is coming up really well on camera, but my goodness, this is, I'm going to say, it's my favorite. This is my favorite Cricut vinyl color. I love it so much. I do love the gold. My goodness. I do have another gold in a Cricut, which is nowhere near as nice as this, but this one is absolutely stunning. I'll try and link it below too, lovely, so that you can find it. But it's gorgeous. Oh, I love a bit of, and it's not a shimmer. It's not a shimmer. So it's not like that other one where it's got the shimmer in it and you need to use the strong grip, but it's just shiny. So shiny. And it is cut beautifully. Like you can see, I'm just pulling and you can see my little snowflakes. How gorgeous are they? And they're not huge, but they've cut beautifully. Oh, I'm so impressed. I'm not taking credit for it. This is all my machine. And also, it's all the vinyl as well. Now, I might just cut that back because it's getting a lot in my hands. Okay. Okay, so you might be able to see what we're doing here is I've got some snowflakes and I have also got I just use some circles in Cricut Design Space and size them just to, I suppose, to make them look like little baubles for the tree. Okay, so the little circles are free. And I just typed in waves, I think it was, to get these and just to find something that I thought looked like, I suppose, like, you know, like the edge of a, like the edge of a Christmas tree, like the layer. You'll see what I mean in a moment. I'm just getting there's a tiny little circle in the center of the snowflake that I'm just going through now and weeding out. And that is literally the only weeding I've had to do. Oh, that one popped right up. How clever. This is literally the only weeding that I've had to do because everything else just pulled off, as you saw. So it's very easy. Yeah, so I was sort of tossing up what to do with the tree and I thought, I didn't really want to put words on it. I think sometimes it's nice not to put words on, you know, wooden blanks all the time. And I thought it would be just nice to have it as just a standalone, just a decoration really, just almost like a tree. You could do this if you didn't have room for a Christmas tree or you didn't want to put a Christmas tree up one particular year. You could use this as a Christmas tree. Now, what I'm going to do, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the balls on, depending on how they lift up. I'm thinking I might put them on just like stickers and not use a transfer for that. but I will for the rest of it. So I'm going to start with the waves first, but I just want to cut these apart. So I'm just going to separate the balls and the waves from the snowflakes. And then what I'm going to do is put the snowflakes on individually as if it's like a decoration. Do you know what I mean? Like part of a decoration for a tree. Now, because we are putting vinyl onto wood, I'd like to use transfer sheet so I could see through it a bit better, but I think I will just use the masking tape because then at least hopefully it won't pull up the paint so much. So what I'm going to do to start with is just to lay the masking tape over the top of my waves. And then I'll show you what my plans are for these. Just lay it down and then I'll cut around that excess. Okay, so now I've cut out our little waves. I've also cut out the snowflakes separately. Okay, so let's start decorating. Okay, so what I had planned with these waves was I wanted to sort of have them going across. See how you've got each section here? I just wanted to have them going across like that, just so that there was sort of some separation. Do you see what I mean? So that's my plan for that one. So what I might do is I'm just trying to work out, because obviously depending on which way you put it, that way looks quite good actually, because then it goes, I want it to sort of go up at the sides. Okay, let's start with that. Okay. Now I'll just move this over the side for the moment. I'm just going to, so I've burnished it and I'm just going to see if it'll come off for me. Then it'll just easily come off. Because it'll be just like a snake. It's a little bit masking tape's caught. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So we'll bring our tree back in. And I wanted it to start like this. Now, sorry if my head is in the way. I'm hoping it's not. Obviously, part of the waves will go off on the little side bits, but that is okay. Might just start there. Oop, no. Just move it. I just want it maybe like that. Yeah, I don't want it to go off the sides completely. Okay, now I do also have my true control knife just to cut any little bits off that haven't landed on the actual tree. Now I'm just going to very gently burnish that down. It's going to still come up. All right, just give it a bit more. Okay, come on, lay down. It's just this side part, because it's hanging off, is wanting to go off with the masking tape. So I'm just going to hold it down. There we go. And now what you'll see there is part of that vinyl is going off the tree, but that's okay, because what I'm going to do is use my true control knife just to cut it off. Okay. Oh, that looks good. All right. So what I wanted was just that sort of curve, so it looked, do you know what I mean? More like a pine tree sort of branch, you know, like how it sort of has those endings to the bunches, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm not getting my words out. I'm not getting my thoughts out today. Sorry, lovelies. What we'll do is we'll do the next layer, and then we'll cut off the bits that are falling off, because we won't need those. Yay, there we go. We got it. Okay. Now, before it goes curling up on itself, let's get it on the tree. Okay. And I think I might try this way. Now, it doesn't matter which way you put your waves on. It's just more to whatever looks more pleasing to your eye, if that makes sense. And excuse my head if it's in the way again. Lovely. Just going to push it down with my fingers, and then, like before, just come through with my little scraper and just burnish it down. And like I said before, the ends will come off with my True Control knife. But what I will do is I'm just going to cut that and that off, just to make it easier to get the masking tape off the vinyl. So let's see. I'm just going to see if I can get that. Yeah, there we go. Just hold it down. There we go. And then, so as not to mark it, just hold it with my finger and pull it back. Oh, that looks great. Okay, now the next part, oh no, sorry, before we do, let's just trim off these little bits, hey? Okay, so I don't forget my little True Control knife, which is a Cricut one. And I can just basically, what I'm doing really carefully with that blade, don't forget it's really sharp. Just going to cut that away, just those little edges. And don't forget, this is a healing mat, so you can use your True Control knife on it. And this is a Cricut mat, which I have linked below. Now, I always have my main tools linked in each video, and then you'll see that underneath I always link the materials that I use in each video for you, the ones that I can anyway. Okay, I just think there is slightly, sorry my head's in the way, just under this branch here, just a little bit of vinyl that I need to get rid of, and I think that it was just that side. Okay, now I think that's everything. Now, let me just have a look to make sure. Okay, so now what we're going to do, I think what we'll do first is we'll apply the snowflakes, and then we can see where the dots will go from there. So let's do that, because I think the snowflakes are going to be like more of the main decoration, I think, if that makes sense. The main part of the decoration for the tree, and the dots or the little baubles are just sort of just a bit of a side piece, just to break it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to speed this part up for you with some music, so you can sit and relax and watch me do the snowflakes, and then I will come back to you shortly. lovelies, and we've got one more. They were a little bit tricky to get off the backing sheet, and that's purely because it's that smart vinyl backing sheet, which is just a little bit thicker than a normal vinyl, which is fine. You know, it's fine. It's just too beautiful a color not to use, really, isn't it? So that's okay. We can put up with that. I'm just going to put the last one. I'm just debating. I think maybe just one in that top panel. Yeah. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come in, and I'm just, look, I don't want to put many. I don't want to put too many, and I can always save these for a different project later on. But I just think, I kind of just think it needs something just to break it up a little bit. So I'm just going to put, and I'm just literally taking them off the cutting sheet like a sticker because they are so small and it's an easy shape to deal with. So you can do that if you want to use, your transfer sheet, that's absolutely fine. But I'm just doing this because I just think it's actually easier because it is an easy shape. It's just easier just to take it off like a sticker. But you do whatever's easier for you. And then, yeah, and whatever you think looks best. So let me know in the comments below what you're working on for Christmas at the moment. Or if you're not working on anything, let me know if you have started your Christmas shopping so that it spurs me on to do mine. I'm just having, like I said before, I'm having trouble sort of working out what to get people. I think this is my issue this year. I'm just having trouble working out, sorry lovelies, I hope you can see that, working out what to get people this year. So I think that's where I'm at this year. And I'm just trying to work out whether I need anything else. I don't know whether to put one over there. I might, I think. What do you think? Do you think put one over here? Just don't want it to be in line with that one. I like it to be a bit more sort of, do you know what I mean? Like, not symmetrical. I like it to be sort of a little bit, maybe if I put it more in the corner. More random is the word that I'm trying to get out there. Okay. And I think that does it actually, to be honest. I don't want to overdo it. And I think that looks lovely. Okay, let me just tidy up here so we can have a good look. Okay, lovelies, there we go. There's our final decoration for today. Our beautiful little Christmas tree, which I'm just going to sit on. I've got a little buffet table downstairs, so that's where I'm going to sit this. I think it's going to look really lovely. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell so you don't miss the next Christmas decorations that I've got coming out. But I do have some lovely videos coming up with lots of Christmas ideas for gift tags, gifts, and Christmas decorations. So if you had fun today, I'd really appreciate it if you could give this video a thumbs up, comment below what you're working on, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.